A unique halfway house in Peterborough is filling a need that many people don't even know exists. Haley House specializes in caring for offenders on parole who have mobility and chronic health issues. Canada's prison system has a problem. Its inmates are getting older, too old to be properly cared for. In fact, 1 in 4 prisoners in federal custody are over the age of 50. And over the past 10 years, the number of inmates over that age has risen from about 2,400 to over 3,500. A report by the Office of the Correctional Investigator of Canada looked at the experiences of older inmates in this country's prisons. In one case, a 73-year-old had fallen while climbing down from a top bunk in the night to use the bathroom and injured himself. When asked why a younger inmate was not assigned to the top bunk, the inmate who fell told investigators he was the younger of the two, as his cellmate was 84 years of age.
Prisons were built to incarcerate people. They're not hospitals. They're not old age homes. And they're especially not a hospice.
That's Dan Haley. He's the founder of Haley House, a halfway house that specializes in caring for offenders who are on parole that have mobility and chronic health issues. From the outside, Haley House looks like your average bungalow. Located on the outskirts of Peterborough, Ontario, this is home to a handful of Canada's prisoners. Over 100 people have come through its doors. Many have gone back into society, while some have passed away.
Come on in. We have everything here from fraud, driving offenses, sex offenses, and lifers that have committed murders.
Jeff Morgan is the case manager here at Haley House. He works with the local parole offices to find beds here for inmates. The residents range in age from early 40s to late 80s.
4 rooms upstairs and another 6 downstairs.
And for the most part, all 10 beds here are accounted for.
If somebody's granted parole, and again, mobility, health issues, we don't have a place, and there isn't a facility in Canada that's able to accommodate their issue, then they have to stay inside.
And according to Jeff Morgan, it's also economical.
As a taxpayer, to have somebody stay here is less than 50% to keep them inside.
According to a report authored by the Parliamentary Budget Office, it estimates the average cost for each inmate is over $114,000, which works out to just over $300 a day. Haley House has been operating for nearly 2 decades, but relocated to their current location in 2016. A new house allowed them to add an addition, install an elevator, and make the house more accessible.
We have different people here that are in power wheelchairs, walkers. Power wheelchairs cannot be accommodated. So Cliff, who's here at the house, who's in a power chair, he would not be allowed to have that chair inside.
For the past 2 years, Haley House has been Cliff Strong's new reality, having spent 36 years in a Canadian federal prison. Back in 1975, he was convicted of second-degree murder, and while on parole, he reoffended and sexually assaulted 2 girls and was sent back.
It's plenty warm now, Jeff.
Now at 75, Cliff is on parole again and living out his remaining years here at Haley House. Living here comes with rules. No drugs or alcohol, and everyone is under curfew. The rules are not that different from prison life, but there are habits he hasn't been able to shake. For example, Cliff still sleeps with his clothes on.
Because when the doors open in the morning, it's best to be on your feet because you don't know what's coming to visit. I've been stabbed inside. I've had my neck broken with a weight bar, Been punched out, I don't know how many times. Done some punching out myself.
Like most aging prisoners, Cliff has a long list of health conditions. He has Parkinson's disease, a bad hip, diabetes, and edema. It's a condition that results in fluid building up in his legs.
I can't walk because I can't balance. If I have 2 canes or 2 people to help me, with great difficulty I can shuffle a few feet.
Cliff uses a motorized wheelchair to get around, something he wouldn't have access to in most halfway houses, let alone a prison. Dying with dignity is also something he wouldn't be afforded in most prisons.
We have some guys here that have done some pretty horrendous things, and nobody's going to deny that, and especially them. They're not going to deny that. A lot of these guys don't have family. They've been disowned. They have the option. They can either go to hospital or they can pass away here. So it's a case of ensuring that they die with dignity. Everybody has the right to die with dignity.
Though the focus of Haley House is not about re-examining past crimes, according to Dan, it's always top of mind for residents here.
Every one of the guys that I've worked with, their tone of their voice really kind of goes down. Their head kind of drops. And they turn around and they said, I'd love to meet them and turn around and apologize for what I've done.
The Agenda with Steve Bacon is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario, helping businesses stay on the right side of change with strategic thinking, insightful decisions, and business leadership. Are you on the right side of change? Ask an Ontario CPA.